Okay, I'm also today going to do a reclining nude for you. So, and again, the nude that I'm using was from a 40-minute life pose. I'm going to try and do this in under 5 minutes. Okay, let's put the large shape in for the reclining nude, and let's start with the basic large shapes. There's her head, neck, into the chest cavity. There's the stomach, which goes into the hips, and essentially she's leaning on, she's laying on her legs, which one is over the other. So let's put those shapes in. There's a general shape for the foot. There's an underlying leg here, and it essentially comes out like that. All right, small action for the shoulders. And again, this upper right arm is coming across, and it's her hand is clasping her upper thigh. And this hand she's leaning on, but you can only just see the top of the hand because she's leaning on a pile of pillows. Okay, let's refine a little more. Let's go back in and start to outline some of the major shapes for the face. There's the cheekbone. It's 3/4 profile. I just put the small action in for the eyes. Here's her nose. Again, and there's a small shape for the lips. And again, her hair is in bangs, and it's basically draping over her face and over her shoulder. The right shoulder, because she's leaning on, it's coming up. And there's the shape for the traps in the shoulder. And again, this is the upper part of her arm. All right, and now we go into her forearm, which is foreshortened. And essentially it looks like that. And then we have a mitten shape for her hand. Her thumb is on the inside of her thigh, on her right leg. And there's a general shape for the hand. And here's the back of her buttock for her right leg, which goes into... There's her kneecap, and this is the lower part of the leg. And there's the calf, which goes into the ankle, which goes into the foot, the shape of the foot. Okay, let's put the breasts in as one unit. Put the rib cavity in. There's the stomach. And again, she's leaning on this arm, and this hand is clinging to a pile of pillows. And again, let's put the back buttock, the buttock in for the left leg, and again this leg goes under the right leg, comes out and back here, and again the foot is coming forward and it's severely foreshortened. Okay, let's refine it some more. Let's shade in the hair, and let's put, there's a cast shadow because the light is coming from this direction. There's a cast shadow across her entire body, across the right breast and across her stomach. Let's just put that in very quickly. And let's start to refine the shapes. Let's refine her face a little bit. Let's put her eyebrows in. And let's put in some shapes for her eyes. And let's try and do a little work on the nose. There's this plane for her forehead, side plane for the side of her face. Again, there's the cheekbone, and let's put her mouth in. There's the top lip. There's the bottom lip, just indicated, and there's her chin. Okay, let's finish the neck up. And again, let's finish the traps. There's the clavicle. And let's redo the shoulder, hard edge for the shoulder, which goes into the trap, which goes into the elbow. And again, the cast shadow starts at this point. You just see the top of her arm. And again, this goes into her forearm, which is foreshortened, which goes into her hand. And again, this is the back buttock. And let's finish the breasts up. There's the nipple for one breast. The other breast is essentially partially hidden by the pillow that she's leaning on. And there's a turning edge shadow across the breast, and there's a cast shadow under the breast. And again, there's some shadow here because this is away from the light, and this part of her neck is also in shadow. Let's get the hair finished. Let's darken this shape for the hair. Okay, now let's put back the shape for this hand, which is leaning on the pillow, and her thumb is on this side. Okay, let's redo the rib cavity. And again, her stomach is in shadow, but let's indicate the top of the stomach. The belly button is about here. And let's finish the buttocks for the two legs. And again, this one buttock is turning away from the light, so it's slightly in shadow. All right, let's finish the hand. Her right hand, her thumb is coming across, on her thigh, and again all these fingers are on this side of the body, on the side of her leg, and this indicates a few of the fingers. And again, that goes into the top of her knee. Again, the knee is shaped like a small skull, which then goes into her calf. There's a hard edge on the knee. And again, this is away from the light, so there's a slight shadow. There's the back side of the calf. There's the top of the calf, there's her ankle, and then this goes into the shape for her foot. Okay, let's do the leg that's the left leg, which is under the right leg. And here is the shape for the calf. And again, this foot is severely foreshortened and it's all really in shadow. And you can basically see the large toe here and some of the smaller toes. Let's put the toe in for the toes in for the right leg. You just barely see the large toe and then some of the smaller toes. And again, these are all stretched out. There's her heel. Okay, let's finish the left hand. There's the thumb. And here's her fingers, which are curling around the pillow. I put some shapes in for the fingers. And basically, put the hair mask that's coming on this side. And let's refine it just a touch more. Let's go back in and put her cheekbone in and some planes for her face. And there's her eyebrow. Her eyes are basically in shadow. She has bangs. And again, this hair is draping all away from her body. Okay, let's do a little more work on the breasts. Turning edge, cast shadow under each breast. And again, the cast shadow from her arm basically goes across part of the breast and then across her body. Okay. Let's just put a little more work on the hand. And remember, this arm is foreshortened. Again, because this is away from the light, this is all in shadow. Okay, and let's call this one done.